Well. Holy moly. So, I know that a lot of people have a certain opinion of Toronto Maple Leaf fans. I know a lot of people on Twitter, etc., they have opinions about Leaf fans. What I can say is two things. Although the Leaf fans that have come to this channel have been nice to me, I've had no problems. And number two, I never met a fan of any team except for maybe Philly fans. But other than that, I've never met a fan of any team that deserved to have Samsonov as their Game 7 starter. Bruh, as a Panthers fan, I am disheartened for Leaf fans. Are you kidding me? And I just want to bring up this one point because some people have I've said since the beginning of the season, the Leafs are the Dolphins. The Dolphins are the Leafs. And to further prove my point, until this past season, I believe it was the last 3 times in a row that the Dolphins made the playoffs, our starting quarterback was injured and we had to play the game with our backup. I think it was 3 times in a row. The point is God. So Woll might have hurt himself trying to make that save with 0.1 seconds left. That is a guess. They have come out and said Samsonov is playing. Matthews is in. Samsonov is in. Woll is out. Oh. And as a Panther fan, I don't know really. Now I don't. I mean, I didn't want to face Toronto with Woll being the reason that they got hot and all of that. But of course, if Boston wins tonight, they get that monkey off their back and they'll be like hitting the refresh button before they play us. Oh, I was actually looking forward to seeing the goalie battle. And now Toronto is going to have to, you guys, I don't know what you're going to do. Now watch Samsonov play an outstanding game. Watch him pull a game out of his ass. We got Game 7. Who knows how long we're going to be here? Let's do this. All right, so no score after 1. I'm not allowed to praise goaltenders. That's the rule here. The only time I praise goaltenders is if I want them to fall off a cliff. So I won't do that here. Pasta. Couple of times, Pasta get the puck, trying to get out of the zone, pickpocketed from behind. He's just playing very, very passive, very, very tentative. I don't know if the dude is hurt or, I mean, you wouldn't think he would be having problems under the pressure, but that kind of reminds me of Huberdeau. All of the times during the season he'd be spectacular, and then come playoffs, a lot of times he'd play pretty passively. The Leafs look like they want this game more. Boston still kind of looks the same. They certainly do not look like a team that's all juiced up to play at home against kind of now the backup goalie, right? The goalie they know they've had success with. They do not look amped up. They look like they're playing a game in like March. That it matters, but it doesn't. And the Leafs are playing very well, but there's still no score, right? So that kind of tells you right there. We might be here a while. We got ice cream and donuts, so we're good. Oh, it feels like an hour ago I came in here and said it's no score after 1, and now it's no score after 2. So there's not a lot to update you on. It's pretty much the same. Boston is playing a little bit better. The last 5 minutes of the period there, they kind of figured out, oh shit, if we don't get a goal soon, we might get eliminated. And so they kind of woke up a little bit. But Toronto is playing what I like to call, when the Panthers do it, the massive pain in the ass defensive system, which is just be as annoying as friggin' hell, and just get your sticks at the blue line and wave them. And anytime the team tries to get into the zone, you just get out of here, be gone. And it's freaking annoying as hell. But when our teams do it, it's kind of fun, isn't it? And then I can't praise the goaltenders. I cannot praise the goaltenders. Who's going to put this game on their back? The only guy, the Nylander and Tavares are playing really well. For Boston, the guy I can't praise. The guy I can't praise. I'm not seeing anything from Pasta and Marchand at all. But it's still 0-0. I have a last couple of times I said I had a feeling going to overtime, and then we go to overtime. Now, we're eating the last of the donuts now in this intermission. If we go to overtime, we already had ice cream, chocolate chips.
We are going to overtime!
Oh! Oh, see, you already know what happened. You are watching me right now. It is before the overtime period, but you already know what happened. I don't know what's fixing to happen. I don't know if we've been going 1, 2, 3, 4 overtimes. I know we did a 4 overtime game last year. I'll get through the first overtime. If we go to second overtime, I got to make coffee, and then I'll never get to sleep. The Bruins almost put it in their own net with like 2 seconds left. Well, it wasn't technically their fault. It was a shot that went through the crease and went off of the defenseman's skate, and Swayman was quick to save it. Wouldn't that be something? Bruins had a little bit of the better of the play there, especially after they tied things up. That was a long time to try to expect the Leafs to hold on to a 1-0 lead in the Game 7. Bruins came hard, and they definitely have had the better of the play. Toronto has survived the period, but they looked a little bit... They looked like they might want to yak it up a little bit. A little nervous, a little tentative. They weren't that way the first 2 periods, but the third period was a little holding the sticks. I get it. That's fine. I'm so happy that I'm not a fan of either one of these 2 teams. I'm too old for this. I might have to do this a couple times this year, obviously, but I'm happy. We're just enjoying the hell out of this. And I don't even know who I want to play anymore. It's like, I think Toronto's got a better team, but Boston has better goaltending. So, put that in your mixer. All right, we are going to overtime. So I grew up Dolphins fan with Dan Marino. Every year, Dolphins make the playoffs, and every year we'd hear, we're going to beat Buffalo. This is the year we're going to beat Buffalo. No. There were no years that ever came where we beat Buffalo with Marino. I feel for you, Leaf fans. I genuinely do. By the end of that game, by the end of this series, to be honest, I'm kind of okay with Boston winning when it comes down to who I wanted to play against. Because what I will say is that the Leafs showed a tremendous amount of heart these last few games. They looked like they would be a much more difficult opponent to play against. And instead, Boston gets an incredible pass / purposeful bounce right on the Pasta's stick, who had played like ass the entire last 3 or 4 games. Goes right on his stick. Forehand, backhand. And the series is over just like that. Just like that. And just like that. And now, in terms of the Bruins, I'm not sitting there saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying anything like that. But if Toronto's defense can kind of shut you guys down, I feel kind of confident about what the Panthers' defense should be able to accomplish. The concern my end with Boston is the goaltending, but we'll get into that tomorrow. I'll have a series preview out. this year, first thing I want to say, thank you all for coming out to the stream. We had over 500 people by the end. I'm a Panthers channel. We had 500 people for a stream, Leafs Bruins. So I'm genuinely appreciative. Everybody coming out, y'all giving us a bunch of super chats. Enjoying this tremendously. I mean it. I feel bad for Leaf fans. It's like, I don't know. We talk about it on the stream because I said, well, do you think the Leafs will blow it up? And I look out on the ice tonight, and objectively, I'm like, nobody was bad. You don't point to anybody on the ice tonight and say that's really the problem. Even the goaltending was good. Even Samsonov was good this game. He made a lot of saves. So while I'm sure you guys could say get rid of this one, get rid of that one, and because the group together is not making it happen, which that part I agree with, there's no magic fix. To be honest with you, I keep kind of half joking about this. If Toronto wants to fix their roster and fix their culture, make Ottawa an offer for Tkachuk. That's what we did. You see how it's working out for us. So if you guys want to get rid of people and change your culture, I'm just saying it probably can't happen or won't happen, but I'm just saying that's the point is that unless you can get a guy like that, you can't just like snap your fingers and change the culture. Now this year has at least played better. They didn't get beat around. They didn't get pushed around. They did a lot of the bullying in this series, and they still lost. And that's got to suck. Because I understand that. You know what I mean? That you guys kind of have to feel like, look, you were clearly the better team. The last few games, last 3 games, you were clearly the better team. And it just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't go in. It just wouldn't happen for you. I feel bad for Leaf fans. And in terms of the Bruins, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that one series leads to the next, in the sense that that's Bruins versus Leafs. Monday is going to be completely different. You guys might be tired. We might be rusty. But by about halfway through that game, well, I guess by halfway through that game, you guys would still be tired. And if we catch our wheels, it could be a problem game 1. But I don't want to take anything for granted, because as soon as we say, oh, they're going to be tired on Monday, it'll be 6-0 at the end of the second period, and it won't be good for us. So I'm not going to get cocky that way. All I can say is that by the end of this series, I was rooting for the Leafs to win, because damn. But I was rooting for Boston to win, because I think I'd rather play Boston than the Leafs. Not by a lot, but maybe by 10%. Oh, and it was so early in overtime. We were all kind of settled in for, let's do this. Let's do 2, 3, 4 overtimes. Let's just do it. We'll make coffee. We'll just do the whole thing. And a totally innocent looking just dump in. And all of a sudden everybody realizes that the puck is going to bounce perfectly on a pasta stick. And boom, boom. And it's over. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. It wasn't zone time and he had to make a couple of saves and the 4th rebound pushed in. It was just like, was he dumping it in? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Done. Done. From the time the dumping was made to the time that Pasta put the puck away, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Maybe 4. I don't know. 3 seconds. From the time it's just dumping into the time of season's over. Done. Bye. Bye. Handshakes. Do the handshakes. Like, I mean, jeez. It's brutal. That's brutal, man. That's a brutal way to go out. And that's it. Short and sweet. I always say short and sweet when I think the video is going to be short. But this one, man, I feel bad. This is crazy. I'm glad the Panthers game isn't until Monday, because tomorrow I'll be in mourning for the Leafs. I'm not making fun of you guys, seriously. I honestly, truthfully, I feel bad. Now, tomorrow, Canes, Rangers, and then Game 7, Vegas, Dallas. My intent is to get a good night's sleep here, and Kyle and I are going to try to stream both games. If we have to choose one tomorrow, it will be the Game 7 with Vegas and Dallas. But right now I feel good enough. I think we should be able to do both games. By we, I mean I'll make him do them, and I'll hang out there in the chair and try not to fall asleep. That's okay. You guys come anyway. And then I got to do a series preview tomorrow, have that out. And then Monday, I cracked a joke like 2 recaps ago that if this goes to Game 7, I'd be okay if they make us play Monday, but it'll at least be Tuesday because they would give whoever wins tonight some time to travel. And the NHL said, hey, the guy with the puppets has got a good idea. What's that? How don't we have them travel on the day off and play Monday? And they all sat around the table and said, why not? It's either screw the Leafs or screw the Bruins. So either way, because now the Panthers, we're the new favorite, right? I see some crazy theories on Twitter. We'll put it that way. So, all right. Damn. Oh, man. I have a lot of Leaf fans that come to watch the Panther games with us, not just Leaf games. But I have a lot of good people that follow the channel and Super Chat and the Leaf fans. And so I genuinely feel bad for them at that point, man. It's just like to lose it like that. Oh, to come back from 3-1. And then you got the lead in the third period. Oh, you had the lead in the third period of Game 7. But my last question before I go. When you had the lead, when you had that lead, what percentage of you was like, let's go? And what percentage of you was like, they're going to blow it again? I got to know. Because I know how it is with me and my Dolphins. It's like my left brain is like, yeah. My right brain is like, you moron. Are you falling for this again? Again. The Dolphins are the Leafs. I'm telling you. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.